Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Krista Cat, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Today, well, before I even hop into it, I have been trying to stop buying processed foods. I feel like we are, as a country, like addicted to processed foods. I'm very addicted to processed foods. And my first step has been not buying bread. So I've been baking all my bread. Obviously, once in a while I'll buy bread. I'm still, lazy sometimes. But I don't really buy loaves of bread. I buy like burger buns and hot dog buns. But eventually, I will be tackling learning how to make that myself too. But I've been really craving a bagel with cream cheese, like it's my job. So today I'm going to be making bagels. I'm gonna make everything bagels, with everything but the bagel seasoning. But yeah, I've already like gone ahead and set some of this up, and I'm gonna be a little lazy because I hate kneading. So I'm gonna use my bread maker, but obviously you can't make bagels in a bread maker, so I'm using it just for the kneading part. I'm not even gonna use it for proofing because last time I did, this is my second time making bagels. First time I made blueberry bagels, and they were okay. I feel like I didn't put enough salt in, and they were okay. But today they're going to be amazing. I just feel it. But when I used this last time, I also let them proof in there, and they like exploded through the top of my bread maker because it's a tiny bread maker. But yeah, so we have to put all of the ingredients, wet ingredients first, and then dry ingredients on top, into the bread making container that I've already laid out. The only rule I'm breaking with this is that I already mixed the yeast, water, and salt just to let it have a little bit of a rise. Probably didn't need to do that, but you can see it's nice and bubbly. Maybe you can see. I might have to move my phone. See? Very bubbly. It has not even been 10 minutes, so it took, in here there was a teaspoon of sugar, a cup of warm water, and a tablespoon of yeast, which is like kind of a lot, but I'm gonna dump that in there first because it seems pretty happy. Yeah, buddy. But yeah, so I have the yeast, sugar, and water in here right now. The next thing to do, I would be adding my the rest of my wet ingredients. So we need 2 eggs. Count them. I like to do all my dishes like before I start baking and cooking so that it doesn't look like I have a metric, ton of them. When I'm done, I just have like a little bit, but I do throw my eggs in there because I don't want to deal with I like to compost, so I really don't want to deal with like opening a nasty compost container and then going back to what I'm doing, so I just throw them in the sink. But yeah, we have the 2 eggs. I need a tablespoon of vegetable oil. I hate vegetable oil, so I'm going to use olive oil, and hopefully that doesn't mess up my recipe at all, because I know olive oil is kind of heavy, but I don't care. Canola oil like freaks me out. I don't know if it's like has any valid standing that I'm freaked out by it, because I feel like in the 90s they just try to scare everyone in oil, but vegetable oil stuck for me. I still use it sometimes in recipes that like demand it, but I feel like it can mostly be replaced. And yeah, then you just have to put your dry ingredients in. So I have 3.5 cups of flour. I did not think this through, so let's figure it out together. Yeah, buddy. Oh man. I only missed a little bit. I only missed a little bit. Yay. I'm gonna try to get as much in there as I can because I don't want to have it be too off. So we got our 3.5 cups of flour. We have 2 tablespoons of sugar in here. And then we have 1 teaspoon of salt. All right, so we went wet ingredients on the bottom, dry on the top. You guys can come with me. We'll place this bad boy in our bread maker. Again, we're just using this for the kneading part because I don't want to. So you kind of just place it in the machine. It's a little sideways, and then you, there we go, twist it into its place so it's stuck in there. Nice and stuck. Close it. You guys can see the 8th setting is dough. So I'm going to start it. And that baby is getting kneaded right now. It gets a little loud, so sorry if you hear that in the background. You might have seen it was an hour and a half to set it. That includes proofing. So I'm not proofing it. I'm going to transfer it into a bowl with oil and let it rise naturally for an hour and a half. Let's put you in a bad spot. Oh, by the way, stove. Going without a stove was the freaking worst. I don't think I realized how often I bake or cook on the stove until I didn't have one. I was using an air fryer. I was using my Instant Pot, which, like, we made it work. I still made good meals. But the stove is so much faster. So much easier. Respect to all of our ancestors who didn't have one, because we're spoiled. But yeah, that's doing its thing. I'm going to grab a bowl. So we'll just use a basic, simple bowl. I'll use this oil when it comes out. Then I'm just going to pour a little bit on top, put a tea towel over it, and let it sit for an hour and a half. Also, I know I talk mad shit about cosplaying, trying to be a trad wife, and I used to hate seeing women wear aprons because I felt like it was very, like, stereotypical and like they were trying to be something from the 50s that, like, isn't reality. I was wrong, okay? I am a strong advocate for the apron. The lovely, I'm too short. The lovely apron. All right, my friend got this for me. She went to Mexico and there was a vendor on the side of the street selling aprons. So she got me one with these cats all over it. She got my boyfriend one with cannabis leaves all over it, which I also wear. So maybe it'll debut in a video. But yeah, aprons are nice for cleaning and they're nice for baking and cooking because I can't tell you how many times I've done dishes and then, like, I have a bar of wet here because of the dishes, just because I'm short and it kind of gets all over me. Same goes for cleaning. So yeah, wear an apron, ladies. First of all, you feel kind of cute in them, and you're also, like, don't have to, like, change out of your black clothes if you're like me and, like, literally only own black. You don't have to change out of them and they won't be covered in flour. Just leave it on your apron and call it a day. You know, I'll be back with you guys in, like, I'm gonna say a half hour. All right. All right, so it's been about 25 minutes. I'm gonna unplug my bread maker. It just stopped being loud. So I'm pretty sure it's done kneading. And I can feel it getting warm, so it was trying to proof and I just don't want it to. So let's go back to my makeshift little holder here and I'll show you what we got. Actually, I'll show you before we do it. So this is my kneaded dough. Nice and sticky. I'm just gonna transfer the dough from my bread maker stuff into this bowl. I'm gonna put, like, just a dollop of oil in this bowl. Like, maybe a little more than that. Yeah, baby. Yeah, so I'm just gonna plop her in there. I was hoping it would come out easier. It's trying. You see it? Try. Oh, there we go. But you guys saw me put some oil on the bottom. I'm gonna put some on top. Just kind of, like, rub it around on it because it'll be easier to handle, honestly. But all right, so it's fully coated in oil. All right, nice oily ball. So the only real tea towel I have is like more of a cheesecloth kind of thing, which works, but mine is gymongous, you know? So I'm just gonna fold it over once. Just place it over the bowl. And I'm gonna place it on top of my stove. And there you have it. It is 3:41. I'm gonna leave it there for an hour and a half, and we'll see you guys soon. Actually, I'm gonna set a timer because I have ADHD. Boom. Well, we made it. It's been an hour and a half. And that thing looks bloated as hell, so let's see what our dough looks like. That looks pretty beefy. This might be stuck to my tea towel. Yeah, baby! Look at that. You guys saw how small it was before? Holy crap. I'm always like so amazed how much dough rises every single time. I'm like, what the? We are gonna have to knead this dough for like 10 times. So we'll get that kneaded, and then I'm gonna separate it into 12 different little sections. So we have 12 bagels. But first I'm gonna put some water on the stove, get that boiling, and add a little sugar into it. Every recipe says to put sugar in the water. I don't know what that does. If you do know what that does, let me know down below because I'm curious about the science. I feel like I wrap my head around science or baking more when I know the science behind what the things I'm adding or doing. Hopefully I'm not the only one. 2 tablespoons of sugar into 16 cups of water. Obviously I'm not measuring the cups. I'm gonna fit in as much as I can. And get my pans out. I have, sorry for the water. All my pans look dirty, just like anyone who bakes a lot. Don't act like yours look clean and you bake every day. I'm obsessed with these silicone mats. They look dirty, they're not. But I don't have to use parchment paper, waste parchment paper. I use this pretty much every time I bake like cookies or anything like that. I can fit 6 bagels on all 2 pans, but if not, we'll just have to bake twice. We got our water. I'm obsessed with this pot. Obsessed. Tablespoon. And my sugar in my repurposed jar. This definitely used to be probably a salsa jar. I love reusing jars. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel better about myself for some reason. 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. Yeah, baby. Let's put that on boil. So I have my flour right on my counter. This is already clean. Already cleaned the counters. I'm just gonna add some flour to my surface. Probably way too much. And dump this baby out. Yeah. God, I love working with oiled dough. It is so much easier. So we're just gonna knead this probably like 10 times. Let me know if you're a seasoned baker, if I'm even kneading right, because I don't know if I am. I really don't like knead very often, but it still has like a lot of bounce to it. It's gonna be a nice chewy bagel, I can tell. I'm so excited, guys. So it says to separate this into 12 even things, so I'm really just gonna get a knife and cut it 12 times. So, let's see. Let me like roll it into a shape that I can cut 12 lines out of, you know? Boom. I don't know what this knife is actually for, but it works amazing for bread. But like this little spiky thing at the top tells me it's not for bread. It might be for like filleting a fish, but I love it. 1, 2. right, we're gonna get 11. Actually, 12. See, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a really small bagel. Let's see. So only that one is wicked small. This one. I'm gonna take a little bit off of other ones. Roll them into 12 little bowls. One. See, this is a tiny one. You can like tell. All right, so they're not really 12 even balls at all. This one's tiny. They're almost even. Like, I'm not upset about it. You know? There's a couple that are, like, smaller than the others, but nobody's perfect, you know? I rinse my hands and I'll show you guys. Yeah, here's my 12 not so even balls, but they're, like, even enough, right? This one's a little small, but they're bagels. We'll eat them. So now we're gonna roll them out into like rods and then make them bagel shape. Let me move these so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna show you one whole bagel process. Just rolling it out to a straight line, forming a circle with like a pretty big bagel hole because they shrink a little. And I've been wetting my fingers a little and just pinching the dough together. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually like fairly easy. I just don't want it to fall apart. Get you a bagel. So my water is boiling. But they still have to rise for 15 minutes. So, but here's my 12 bagels. See, that hole's already like super filled in. I'll make sure to separate it soon, but I'm gonna let them rise for 15 minutes. So I'll see you guys in 15 minutes. All right. So I don't know if it's been 15 minutes, but I did cover them for a little bit and they seem bigger. So we're gonna put those babies in the water, which is boiling. My oven's preset to 400. And we're gonna do 4 at a time. This is gonna be weird with one hand. But I'm gonna hold it by the hole so that the hole gets a little bigger. Number 1. So they're supposed to go in there for 1 minute each and then flip them and another minute. Oh, I can fit like 6 in there. Ooh, that one's gonna be shaped weird. All right, that one's like kind of falling apart because of the way I picked it up. So 1 minute. It's 5:52. Do 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 do. And we're gonna flip those babies. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5:53. But yeah. Bagels, guys. We're making them. All right. Time's up. We're going to get these babies out of here. You can see they're so much bigger. You can visually see the texture is different. Look at them. They're starting to look like bagels. I'm excited. I'm gonna dump this water out. Then I'm gonna do an egg wash, put our toppings on, and send them into that oven. So I made an egg wash, which is literally just egg and water. That's it. I don't have a little paintbrush, so I'm gonna just paint it on with a fork so you guys can see. But yeah, you get the gist of that. I'm gonna put those all on with 2 hands. All right, you can tell I really love everything bagel seasoning because this is a huge container and it's almost gone. Put that shit on everything. I'm gonna add some more sesame seeds. I'm so excited. There we go. They're ready to go into the oven at 400 degrees. I think they're gonna be so freaking good. See you in 20 to 25 minutes. Let's look at them. Ooh. Oh, they look like bagels. Here we go. Getting some homemade bagels. Oh my God, they look so good. Yes. Guys, look at these freaking bagels. I'm so excited. They look like bagels, right? They definitely smell good. I'm gonna need to get a taste test tomorrow morning. I'm gonna let these babies cool. Until then, I hope you guys really liked this video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my content, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.